Et
runs deep, Paladin. So too shall my blade.
Magisters didn't even let us win.
Please, you've got to help me. My wife, they want to kill her. She didn't do anything wrong. She was just trying to save lives, but no one will listen. You have to help, please. Of being a good person. Please, there's no time. They'll kill her.
Because you refused a direct order. You broke your oath. The penalty is death.
You approach, but the Paladin's icy blue eyes never move from his prisoner.
You are interrupting a Paladin court, stranger.
You couldn't call this a court until the end of days, Kem. It's still a disgrace.
The prisoner will be silent. We are beyond accusations. This once Paladin is guilty of refusing orders and protecting supporters of the Black Ring.
They were boys. Local boys that signed up for steady pay in a slick uniform. A couple of white traitors doesn't mean every Magister is in league with the Ring.
At best, you are a coward. At worst, you are a traitor. In either case, the sentence is death.
His icy eyes focus on you for the first time, pinning you with a freezing look.
Step aside, stranger. She has been tried by her service and found guilty by her failings. She disobeyed orders and cost paladins their lives. A seeker? How do you... This is unforeseen. Very well. Perhaps we would be wiser to wait. She shall not die today.
The Paladin looks at you as Kem turns away and silently mouths, "Thank you."
Find a cell for her. And the rest of you have your duties. Move!
Hold here, Quercus. I need a moment with our friend. Shield, we are about to enter the belly of the beast. To cross a threshold past which there's every chance the servants of the Great Acorn will skin you alive, frying your bones and boiling your eyes. You could suffer most terrible. I am getting to the point, Quercus. The point is, the path ahead is dangerous. I have watched you defeat monsters, villains, and a surprising number of inanimate objects. But your greatest challenge yet lies before you. I do not know what lies ahead, but the Great Acorn is almost here. I can feel the forces of evil will throw everything they have against us, but I need more time to finish my research. You have been a good shield and an excellent friend. Quercus and I both believe you can buy us the time we need. I know you. The world might be filled with murderous giants, but at least some of them are worth saving. Now, it will take more than Quercus's ferocity and my wit if you're going to survive. You need power, and I think I have just the thing. After our last little escapade with your Void Woken, I examined the corpses you left behind. They were imbued with dark... Quercus believes, and I concur, that this magic can be used for light as well.
The squirrel lays his hand on you, and a strange feeling ripples through your body. A sense of power.
Now, how do you think it feels, Quercus? Of course you do. What greater power could there be than knowledge? Granted, the recipe you know could be a little darker than what you're used to. It would harness the power of those that you've defeated. A grim art. But if you need proof that grim arts can lead to marvelous things, you need only look at Quercus. Now you have all the power you need. You were a wonderful shield as we fled, but we are not running anymore. Now go, my friend, and lay waste to the forces of the Acorn. Hack them to pieces, snap their spines, and burn their eyes, and... and Quercus says, good luck.
3 nouvelles recettes apprises. D'accord. Alors voyons. Là je vais visiter un petit peu parce que...
I hear water. At least.
Several bystanders are suddenly engulfed by smoke and flame. Flesh melts, bone reshapes, black eyes glare, and fanged maws hiss sulphurously.
The doctor sends his ill wishes. You killed his advocate. Now you must pay.
Je m'avance, hein. Ok. Je peux pas...
Glory is mine.
Ok. Aïe. C'est pas cool, hein. Ok. Ok. Caché. Désolé pour les dégâts. Putain. Trop mal. Ils font trop mal. Alors. Là vous me saoulez, hein, mais vraiment, vraiment vous me saoulez. Voilà, j'ai censé être patient, mais là... C'est con. Ils se sont envolés. Ils se sont envolés. Incroyable. Ok, ils sont retournés à l'intérieur, je pense. Ok. Habitant lézarde. Encore un anéant. Ouais.
Nailed shut. They won't budge.
Bon, attends.
Oh, by the divine, thank you. I'll never forget this kindness.
Ok, merci. Bâton, baguette. Ouais, mais j'ai mieux. Alors... chez les paladins, d'accord.
Well, if it isn't my better side. I hope we made the right decision. In the long run, mercy can be very costly. It may have escaped your notice, but we have just taken over an entire Magister barracks and the whole place has to be searched. So, what is it? You are hardly alone in your hunt. I'd see her head mounted on my wall. The Lord Dread lies in the harbor, but the hammer isn't aboard. Nor is she among the piles of Magister bodies. But rest assured, your help is not needed. My paladins will find her, and she will face divine justice. No, the paladins will root out this evil. It is our burden. But do not fear, we will find her. And I promise you, if she is involved in this Black Ring conspiracy, she will suffer justice.
The old warrior steeples his hands and stares at you as you speak. When you're done, he sits back, silent for a moment.
I knew she was mad. But this, I never imagined. Very well. We know that Dallas and the Whites conducted their heresy from these barracks. If they were all working for the Black Ring, and I believe they were, there must be some sign of it in this building, perhaps even a safe house. We don't have much yet, but we will tear down every brick until we find their wretched hiding hole, and then we'll haul Dallas into the light. I know a lot more after your tale. Using the Aetheran to steal the source from the world? She's lost her mind. Although much as I despise the creature, I have never known her to be a coward. She fought well in battles against the Black Ring. Wherever she's hiding, she will not go quietly. Not much, at least not yet. White Magister Raymond was here with his cabal as the fighting began. If we find him, we will find Dallas. They ran like rats from a burning shed, so they must have left some clue, some trail. Find it, follow it, and bring me the location of their den. I know he is a toad, a hopping little creature that follows Dallas wherever she leads. He is cruel. And given that he was not cut down with the rest of his men, cowardly. I don't know what rock he's hiding under, but he will be found. I pray it helps. Do you need anything more? She disobeyed orders. She knew the consequences. I expect she shall receive justice. The Whites have betrayed the memory of Lucian in the most heinous manner. We've had our suspicions, but when Lord Ahu proved their collusion with the Black Ring, it was time to act. We put a stop to their treason. The order must persist. The order must endure. The Magisters can no longer... Lord Ahu? Surely you've heard of him. Rummage around in your childhood memories, pick a legend, and you'll find a scrap of a tale involving one of his feats. More recently, he's taken the most honored post as the Keeper of the Cathedral, where he oversees Lucian's final resting place. It's no wonder he took an interest in the White Magister's crimes. Their betrayal is one against the late Divine himself. And what of it? Be quick. A goodbye.
Ok, bon, on a déjà quelques infos, c'est plutôt cool.
A young man works at a canvas, mounted on an easel. Smears of what must be red paint are evident on his hands and clothing. I
didn't just see it, I witnessed it. Now I must preserve it upon canvas for the generations to come.
He nods, a faraway expression on his face.
The great schism of the Divine Order and the ruination of arcs. This will be my masterpiece. I usually only display completed works, but, well, this painting's raw power is already plain to see. Here, feast.
He gestures to the canvas. It's completely covered in the same shade of red, layer after layer. It's sodden, dripping onto the cobbles.
Ça manque un peu de vie, hein, voyons.
He cracks a limp smile. He seems to be getting paler by the minute.
True art requires sacrifice. Artists must put themselves onto the canvas.
He tugs back the sleeve of his tunic to reveal a blood-soaked cloth bandage around his wrist.
It was my father's technique. He was the finest painter of his generation, and he used his own blood for his masterwork. The final panel of the sacrifice. He was also quite the sorcerer. Magic-infused blood can be used to produce the most vivid effects. If your self-preservation is a petty concern, I must put the spiritual above the corporeal. I must finish. For the most part, a copy can be seen at the Great Cathedral here in Arx. I visit frequently for inspiration, but the original panel, the one that my father used his blood to depict Lucian's final sacrifice, was given to Lord Kem a long time ago. He keeps it locked away somewhere in that mansion of his. A masterpiece like that should be on public display for all to see.
Allez, c'est là. Hors d'atteinte. Hop. Quel coffre. peu surprenant. Une statue.
The statue reaches the bottom drop.
Voilà. On a une autre sortie là.
Bloody thing's been boarded up.
Condamné. Hop.
Not very well. Look out! I see a trap nearby. Ah, you fell for it. Get it? Fell for it?
Faire attention. Qu'est-ce qu'on a là?
Sewers. How glamorous this life of adventure is. I can hear voices. I can... What the... I was sure I saw a torchlight down there.
Faut y aller doucement. Parti.
Well, that unlocks something. Or locked it.
Projeter. Ok, faire le tour.
Careful now, that's a trap.
Ah. Attends. Bravo. Bravo. Attends, parce que là... Ok. Là, on est où? Arx. On n'a pas visité tous les égouts, donc le problème c'est d'arriver à bon port. Attends.
Look out! See that trap? I've spotted a trap.
Ouais, c'est parti. Dieu merci que j'ai fait ça, hein. Dieu merci. Alors, ensuite, nous avons ça.
I can hear voices. Like what the? I was sure I saw a torchlight down there.
Donc là, je viens d'arriver de là. Ensuite, on a fait ça. Attends. Ok. Saloperie. Donc, faut aller tout au sud. Voilà. Attends. Salle de torture. Paladin protecteur. Alors. On va faire attention parce que.
Maybe they escaped.
What do you suppose the magisters are doing with her?
A creature that powerful? Grooming her, probably. Send her after the young to spread Dallas's lies.
Je peux
Maybe.
pas aller par
I
là.
guess the lawmaster will figure it out.
Not according to this. Besides, they were...
Là, il y a des magistères enfermés.
Well, hello again. Welcome to my very, very humble abode. Yes, I heard it too. The man has some curious ideas about what constitutes treason. I refuse to raise a hand against fellow members of the Divine Order. Refuse to buy into Kem's lie that they're all Black Ring puppets. It's not just the city. The Divine Order is coming undone at the seams. There's never been much love lost between the Paladins and the Magisters, but this... brawling in the streets... it will be the end of us all. Too many Paladins from noble families, and too many Magisters that started as working folk. Of course, the Paladins were the first recruits of Lucian. So, many saw the Magisters rising through the ranks as a threat to their order. Pig farmers leading lords, they said. But now that some white Magisters have been found colluding with the Black Ring, now that Kem has his excuse, it's war. Kem's always been a hard man. His steel was forged in the war with the Black Ring. He's turned cold. Not cruel, exactly, just harsh. They say it's the Void Woken, that he's too worried about Rivellon to worry about people. Maybe that's it. Or maybe years of fighting finally broke him. Your guess is as good as mine. Although, I've heard whispers. There are places in Kem's mansion that nobody goes but him. One has to wonder what he gets up to. I'll see you again, I hope. The company in here lacks a certain
Ok. Eh bien écoute, là ça mène où ça? Ok.
That undead witch.
On va aller
I've
par
been thinking
là.
about some kind of covenant.
Attends, je viens d'où moi?
That's the demon's way. They give out promises like...
Le mec il sait même pas d'où il vient. Je viens de là. Ok. On a fait ça, on a fait ça. Ouais. Attends. Je comprends pas là. Ah oui. Ici.
What's this? I found something.
Bon. Semblerait que on va s'arrêter là. On se retrouve au prochain épisode pour la suite des aventures de notre duo. Je vous dis à très vite pour les aventures et sur ce, portez-vous bien. Ciao ciao.